Hello everyone, thank you for joining me in this YouTube video. My name is Dion. I'm an artist. This is my first ever YouTube video and I'm super excited and nervous. My intentions with this channel is just to use this platform to showcase and document my art making process. Today for this video I plan on finishing a piece of artwork that I already started. It's a piece that I did a few months ago. I do a lot of portraits of like black people, black women specifically, because I want to tell my story in my art, and I can't tell my personal story if the characters don't look like me. I mean, I could, but that wouldn't make much sense. I've been through a lot and I feel like a lot of people could relate. And I'm hoping that this YouTube channel will help me get some of these pieces done, because I have a lot of unfinished work and I feel like it'd be even more interesting, even more authentic. I feel even more connected to the viewers if I documented more closely the work that I do. What better time to do it? What better time is there for me to make my art and put it out there than now, when I'm having an existential crisis and feeling a sense of stagnancy within my art and in my life? So yeah, the piece that I'm working on is already like kind of finished. It's like 80% finished. I actually might do some painting in this video, but you guys are gonna see the finished product. Keep watching till the end so you can see how the piece comes out. When I first started making art, I used to rush a lot with my work, and like I went to college and my professor started giving me assignments that took a lot of time and required a lot of time and detail, like realism and stuff like that. And so that changed my entire process with art making. Like, it made me realize, like, no, Sion, you cannot rush because you want to see the finished product. You need to sit your behind down and like really focus on the details. And so it's the first piece where I really just sat down and was like, I'm gonna pay attention to every detail of the reference and like really try and make this look convincing. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm like hoping that this piece comes out beautiful, because there's too many times in my art making where I working on a piece and like it's coming out, it's looking so nice. Like in the beginning it's looking so nice, and then like I do something and I mess the whole thing up and it's too late. I can't paint over it. There's no way to save it, and so I just have to throw it out. And that's the most devastating thing, okay? Like, if you're an artist, you know. My room is actually where I usually do all my artwork. Definitely more of like an art studio rather than a room. Like, the only thing that's really roomy about my room is my bed. When Corona happened and I had to take art classes at home and they wanted me to build studios in my room that's literally just like a cube, a tiny cube, I kind of had to improvise and like make my home space a studio. And so now it's just like, it's very studio-like. Before, when I was living with my dad, he had carpet floors and I was always painting in my room, and I'm pretty sure I like ruined those carpets really bad, which I feel bad about. At the time I did care, but I valued my art making more than the carpet, which is like kind of bad. I'm pretty sure I left that house with the carpet looking pretty colorful, and it's a white carpet. So luckily, thankfully, I have wooden floors, and so it's more like art studio friendly in here. And Yes, and I also have a chalkboard wall. Like my wall over there, I'm gonna show you guys in a second, but my wall over there is completely black and it's a chalkboard. Well, I have white walls, but that one wall across from me is black and it's a chalkboard and I draw stuff on it. In these beginning videos, the pieces that I'm doing in these videos are like, they're unfinished because the way my mind works, it's just like art idea after art idea after art idea, and then like I'll start one piece and I'll like get far with it, but then I'll get bored of it and then I want to do something else, and then I'll start that one, and then I have another idea that makes me go to something else, and then things never get done. So I'm gonna be completely honest, going into this YouTube thing, I don't have many ideas like stacked up in my head of what I want to do, especially since this is about art. And like art, it's like kind of hard to make art, especially paintings, that interesting on camera. And so I feel like I'll keep the good ideas that I have like saved for later, and right now I'll just use this YouTube channel as an excuse to like finish these unfinished pieces that need a lot of work to be done on them. So it's like a win-win, because I'll be helping myself by finishing these pieces, and I'll be giving you guys entertainment, and I'll be saving my good ideas for when I'm ready to do those. Original idea was for it to be a painting, just a painting, acrylic paint on canvas, but after just using acrylic paint on it, I realized that I wanted to be mixed media. I painted butterflies onto the acrylic painting and I tried to make them look as realistic as possible, and they're just not. It's not giving what it's supposed to have gave. Like, it's not looking as realistic. The picture is a portrait of a girl, a black girl, and she's sitting in nature. She kind of has RBF, and she's just sitting there in nature like gracefully, and there's butterflies. There's like 2 butterflies flying around her, but I accidentally messed up the butterflies, so I gotta fix it because I worked so hard on the portrait. I really sat down and gave it my all on that portrait, and now the butterflies are messed up, and I feel like I can't just leave it like that. Like, it's bothering me too much. I gotta fix it. Hi guys. This is my chalkboard wall, and I'm thinking I'm probably gonna clean it off and hang the artwork right here on these 2 pins. I feel like this could be like an ASMR aspect. So guys, here is the piece that we're going to be working on today, as you can see. And here are the 2 disastrous butterflies that bring us here right now. That bring us here today, having to fix this picture. But first, we're going to use these scissors and we're going to cut out some red butterflies to go around her, to go around her and go over those disastrous butterflies that I painted. My artistic intuition tells me that these butterflies will look way much better flying around her, and that this needs to be a mixed media piece instead of just a fully painted painting by me. So just gonna cut out these butterflies. I feel like this sound isn't that like a nice little like ASMR feeling? I'm sorry, I keep talking about ASMR. Like, I watch so much ASMR videos. I know people like a lot of people think it's weird, but like, they really make you so sleepy. Like, A lot of them, a lot of the ones that used to make me really sleepy don't make me sleepy anymore, because I guess I got like a tingle immunity. And for the life of me, I cannot find a video that can fix my tingle immunity. But I remember, like, I had a roommate in college at art school, and she used to watch ASMR every night, mad loud, without headphones on. And I used to judge her so much. Like, I would be yelling at her to turn it down and stuff, because I would wake up and hearing someone whispering mad loud, like, you're whispering, why are you so loud? I didn't realize the power of ASMR. I didn't realize how amazing it is, how addicting it could be, until I stumbled across a video. Well, actually, no. What first got me into ASMR was my roommate. I had a bunch of like dry acrylic paint piled up on my paint palette thing, and my roommate like took it and just was scraping it off and cleaning it for me. The sound of it was just so satisfying. Like, it's kind of making me sleepy just thinking about it right now. She was just like scraping it, and I was like, whoa, I feel like going to sleep right now. And that's why I have a tingle immunity. It's so sad. I've been chasing that feeling of that just relaxing feeling that the sounds make, and I just don't get it anymore, and it's so sad. I'm like, the first butterfly is cut and looking flawless. It's giving what it's supposed to give. But yeah, I forgot where I was going with this conversation. Oh yeah, ASMR, scissor ASMR. I really wonder, like, the psychological effect that ASMR has on the brain. Like, I know it releases the serotonin. Is it serotonin or melatonin? No, it's melatonin. I know it releases that, like, into your brain to make you sleepy. But, like, I wonder if, like, watching too much ASMR can, like, have a negative effect, like cause sleep apnea or something. I hope not, because I've watched a lot. That piece took me like over a month to paint, because portraits are really hard, especially if you're doing realism. Like, I feel like I attempt to do realism with my portrait, but they always still end up looking cartoon-like. And honestly, I'm okay with that. I don't mind it. I'm actually not a fan of realism at all, to be honest. I feel like we already experience the real world every day. And I think it's a lot more interesting to create art that is unrelated to, that is visually unrelated to the realistic world. Like, yeah, it's interesting and cool if someone can paint realistically. It's just like, yeah, you can paint a realistic bowl of fruit. That's amazing. But I could look at a bowl of fruit. I can't look at an alien floating into space with tigers with wings and space masks chasing him through the galaxy until they crash into Saturn and turn into pixie dust. You don't see that in the real world. But how interesting would it be if someone made an art piece like that and brought it to life? And that's why I like art like that. And like, oops. know a lot of people might consider me basic for this. But one of my favorite artists of all time is Basquiat, because I just feel like his artwork is a visual representation of what emotions are. Not like manifested through the way humans express them, like anger, showing a frowny face and stuff like that. It's like feelings depicted in images. It would be Basquiat's work. And that's why I admire it so much. I know a lot of people don't like it because it's not like a realistic portrait of a person or something like that. It's like a bunch of ideas and thoughts crammed together into a piece that actually is pretty interesting looking and sophisticated if you really analyze it and want to understand it. It's like, it's amazing. He changed the game. Like, I love art that breaks the rules. I do. Because people in the world are so caught up on rules. It's weird. Like, we're human beings on a planet floating in a galaxy. Like, who makes the rules? Who is to say that something is supposed to be this way and is supposed to be that way? Who calls the shot? What makes them qualified to call the shots as to what's right and wrong, especially in something like art that's like a free expression? And that's why I love art that breaks the rules. And that's why I've always had problems in school. As far as like art classes and stuff like that. Like, I love art, but I have trouble in art classes a lot of the times because there's restrictions and there's rules and stuff like that, which I'm not saying is bad because it's a class. But personally, I sometimes have issues with that. I've never failed the class, but I've gotten an F on an art assignment in an abstract art class. I did the assignment, I put effort into it, I did my best, and I got an F. Only in college, but yeah. It was because, first of all, this professor, I'm not here to bad talk anyone, but like, her directions for that specific project were horrible. Like, they were not specific at all. They were confusing. I didn't really understand what I was supposed to do. And it's an abstract art class, so like, it's kind of even harder to achieve specific goals or achieve what your teacher wants if the art is abstract. Like, abstract art isn't supposed to have rules anyway, so like, that's what makes it even more, that's what made that assignment even more like confusing and hard to me. But it was supposed to be a mixed media piece. I think she wanted us to use fabric, paper, and something else. I can't remember exactly. This was freshman year. And I know I look 12, but it's like my third year in college. And yeah, she wanted us to do a mixed media piece with a bunch of materials, and I did my best on it, and she felt like it didn't follow the guidelines, so she gave me an F. I didn't think it was possible to get an F in an abstract art class, but it is. I'm an artist. I literally breathe, live, eat art, and I got an F. But I took my L gracefully. And the thing about it is, I liked that piece. I thought it looked amazing. I thought it looked great. I loved it. I felt like it was really creative. And whenever we got a bad grade on a piece of art, we had the opportunity to like revise it and make it better so that we could get a better grade. And I chose not to revise mine because, like, I liked it. And I wanted to leave it how it was. And I took my F gracefully. I used to be, like, so afraid of failure. After doing college, I was just like, you know what? I'll take a few L's. It's not that scary. These grades are based on someone's opinion. These teachers are just teaching me how to paint like them. There's no right or wrong. And I'm not trying to bash art school though, even though I do think it's way too expensive. I just feel like it's frustrating. Like, I think school made me even more indecisive about what I wanted to do. Like, when I first started, I was going to school for animation. And then I switched to sculpture because animation was just too restricted for me. Like, I understand that I was just starting and I was learning the basics and everything, but I can admit I can be pretty impatient, and I just felt like there was too much restriction in animation. I don't know. I love animation. I think it's really like time consuming and hard, but like also very worth it and very fun at the end. I'll actually insert some of my animations that I've done into this video. I'm coming, babe. I'm coming, babe. I'm coming, babe. I'm coming, babe. Switch to sculpture. And sculpture is limitless. You can do anything. You can turn anything into a sculpture. Anything can be a sculpture. This is a sculpture. And so yeah, I switched to sculpture. And then I kind of just decided that I didn't want to go to that school anymore. So I transferred and got into tattooing, which has been a really wild ride. Like, I feel like I have art ADHD. I definitely do. Like, it's very hard for me to decide what medium I want to do and stick to. Oh, I'm talking during ASMR. I've switched my major so much. And like, I look at these famous, rich, successful artists, and a lot of their work is like very cohesive. Like Keith Haring and Basquiat and Nina Chanel, like a lot of modern people. Nina Chanel, who I know is like going through a ton of controversy because of her album cover with Meek Mill. Personally, I have mixed feelings about that, but that's for another video. But because I love Nina Chanel. I think her work is amazing. Before that even happened, I was following her and I was in love with her work like so much. But what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, a lot of artists that are big out there have their work is cohesive. You can tell it's their work. Everything looks really similar, and then my work just feels like it's all over the place sometimes. Like, it doesn't feel cohesive to me, and so that's another thing that I've been working on. as an artist is like creating a cohesive body of work where everything doesn't look the same, but everything has enough similar aspects where it looks like it's all connected. And I'm gonna do it. I'm speaking it into the universe right now. I'm gonna make a series of art about my most recent mishaps that I've been going through in the last 2 years. In the last 2 years, I've been through a lot of crap and transitions in my life. Like this year, I literally got diagnosed with schizophreniform disorder, which is like, it's schizophrenia. It's when a person experiences schizophrenia for like a series of months. Like I think it's 6 months. And yeah, like it was the scariest. Going through that was the scariest experience of my life. Thankfully, I've been able to get therapy and like get through all of that. But like, I went through a psychosis episode. Even before that, I had a number of mental health things that I've had to work through. And so, yeah, art has really helped me a lot with that though. Like, if it wasn't for art, I don't know where I'd be. I don't think I'd be here. Ooh, okay. Hello everyone, I'm back. My camera had died and I went to sleep, so I couldn't finish the video in one take, but that's okay. There's only 2 butterflies left to cut, so I'm gonna make sure I get some good ASMR sounds for you guys. Yeah, so you guys let me know if this is satisfying or not. Like, personally, I'd say it's alright. It's not like my favorite type of sound, but I know some people like it. Guys, look. I put healing sounds on for my cat and now he's relaxing after acting crazy all day. How can I say no to that face? How can I get mad at that face? He's too adorable. Hi guys, I have my palette here. White and blue. The cat was interrupting. Without further ado, let's perfect this thing.
I'm coming, babe. I'm coming, babe.
As long as we cover these, that's the main goal.
I'm coming, babe. I'm coming, babe. I'm coming, babe. I'm coming, babe.
Met you at a shop where they sell fresh gear. Fairfax Ave, you had curly hair. Light skin cutie looking mixed with Asian. Konnichiwa, akamusta either way. It's kinda cool that you're working in retail. Fashionable female with a seatbelt, tight grind. Chasing dreams, the pipe kind. They tell you all were possible, but they got closed tight minds. Anyway, I still see you on the Insta. You see me on the Insta. I know I'm not no stranger. Not to say that I am not a stranger or weirder than the dudes who tried to take ya. I am from outer space, girl. I'm coming for you, Maya. 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 I'm coming for you, Maya.
I'm coming, babe.
I'm coming for you, Maya. I'm coming for you, Maya. M-A-Y-A. Yeah, M-A-Y-A. Yeah. Fly from Space City to LA. Just to see you on Fairfax someday. Coming for you, Maya.
No, I do, I own up to the fact that I get lonely. When I cannot feel your touch, break it down, down, down. That I cannot break you up, take a puff. Knew I had enough when I just had too much. What's too much? After all of that, you ain't feeling much. Feel a crutch, pockets flat, telling myself I need this stuff. Knew that in the back of my head, I always wanted you. Even if I didn't have the bread, I had to ease myself out of your spell. We first interacted, I admit, I couldn't tell. Everybody told me you could make me love myself more than I ever did.
Thank you so much for joining me in this video. I really hope you guys like it. Just comment down below any other ideas that you would like me to see, any other ideas that you would like me to do. Like, yeah, like I said, I'm new to this. I don't be thinking about like how hard it is to make YouTube videos, but like now that I'm on the other side, it feels so weird. I have a lot of camera shyness. I have real life shyness and anxiety, so even in front of this camera, I'm just like... Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and let me know what you would want me to do next. Your greatest desire will be fulfilled. Try to